Ugh. That was a cold one last night. Cold one. I had the heater for a little while, and I had my bed and everything not really dried out, but it did absorb some of the moisture. Helped absorb, dry out some of that moisture. Um, and then it all came back, and they've shut the heater off at some point last night, maybe like 11 or midnight. I don't know, but it got cold because of the dew point. Good morning. Who's in here? I am bundled up. I've got 4 layers on, like, and I didn't even want to get out of the bed. I was so cold. Hey, Max. Thanks for coming in, hon. You always start my streams off. It's so awesome. Thank you. I was so freaking cold. It was like, because of the dew point, was right at 50. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in. So yeah, I was just saying I had the heater last night, but only until like maybe. Hey, Jeffro. Yeah, wardrobe malfunction. No, but it was so nice to have the heat for a little bit. Oh, my feet were. I went to the laundry yesterday, and like all my laundry was kind of wet by the time that I got back. I had it all dry, and I made sure it was like extra dry too, so that like it would still be warm when I got in the van. J-Dub, what's happening, girl? Yeah, so the laundry is right around, if you go to that corner and then you go right, it's like down there about a couple blocks down. So it was raining yesterday. Some of it was like 100% rain, you know, some of it was 60% rain, and some of it was just drizzling or whatever. But I waited for a clear moment to leave, and I waited for a clear moment to get back. You're just waking up? Oh, wow. Nice to sleep in. Hey, PSV, nice to see you. Good morning. So yeah, so I got to the laundry. The laundry was like $3 for a wash in the regular washers. I think they're like, it says it's a load and a half. Everything fit in there perfect. I washed the sheets and the blanket, and I washed my coat and my flannel, you know, because there's no place for me to shower here. So I don't have like a wash basin or anything. So I've just been using hand sanitizer to get my body clean and a washcloth. And then sometimes I go into, there's a little bathroom over there. It's just like a little powder room kind of thing, toilet and a sink. But I've been washing in there too, because you know, sometimes you just need a little wash, you know. But I found a YWCA, and so I'm thinking of heading over there this morning. Let me see where I can stick it for a minute, because the sun's coming in now and it's starting to warm up, so I'm gonna peel one of these layers off. Oh my goodness. Oh. I went to go out this morning and I was freezing, so I had to put something around my neck. It's the what do you call that? The dew point this morning was at 50. So I think it got to 49 here, which doesn't sound cold, but with the dew point being at 50, that means that it gets really cold really fast once that dew point hits. You can always, so if you know from sleeping in a van or a bus or whatever you have, an RV, you can't really feel it in a house. Sometimes you can. But in the mornings, you can always tell when it meets the dew point. Like, the air meets the dew point, because it just feels instantly colder. No matter how warm it is, you could still feel it. It's just like in the summer, like when it's really hot and the dew point breaks, it's just a little bit of breath of fresh air, you know what I mean? But when it's cold, it makes a lot of difference. So, no, there's no bathroom in here. This is a little heater that somebody put in here last night. This is just blank. There's no potty in it yet. Planning on putting like a, oh, what do you call it? Like a, why can't I think of it? A certain kind of potty. A composting potty. Yes, a composting potty. So I'm planning on putting a composting potty on here at some point. But right now I'm just using the bathroom over there that is at this transmission shop that I'm stuck at. So I've been stuck here for 4 days now. Man, it's been 8 days since I've been stranded already. And it's really wearing on me. Like, it's so cold at night. It's so cold. And I only have one blanket. It's the one that my son gave me. It's this nylon one, which is warm unless it's really damp, because then it gets damp and it can't get dry. It just doesn't dry. So, oh, toilet and a sink, yeah. No, but, you know, I plan on putting those things in. Okay, so, you know, I've been having issues trying to get insurance, and I've been freaking out about it. If I don't get home to Pennsylvania, where my daughter and son's at, and where you know, that's where I keep my medical and stuff going. So it's kind of like, it's a place that I always go to. I don't have a home there. I don't have a home. This is my home right now. So I have a place where I can build it out up there, and I do have the 30-day trip ticket, and I looked into that. And it does include it. I guess it goes off the person that sold it to me. It uses their old insurance in case anything happened. So I'm pretty sure that's how the trip ticket works. And I even called Oklahoma DMV, and they couldn't even tell me. Imagine, like, they can't even tell you. And I was on the phone for 45 minutes with the lady before she even got on the phone. She was like doing the research, so she put me on hold, and I was on hold for 45 minutes while she researched it. Came back and she said, I don't know. I was like, all right, well, I'm not waiting on the phone anymore. And you know, I haven't had a place to charge my phone, so that's been really hard too. Yeah, so what are you all doing this morning? Tell me about you. The sun is shining here today, so that's nice. Yesterday was a quite rainy day. I've been walking over here near this church, and behind this church they have a big lot. Oh my goodness, I have not been sleeping well. And I'm so tired. It's because of the cold, and I'll show you what I did. This is my messy bed, but I had to, at some point, I had to put all my clothing down on this bed. And there's also some of this curtain material that I put underneath here. Let me see, hold on. That's wet. 1, 2, there's 3 of them here. 3, and then the sheet, and then everything gets wet. I'm going to have to pick up my bed in a few minutes. But yeah, I had every piece of clothing that I could find that was big enough to lay out there under my body, because I don't know if you've ever slept on an air mattress. It's not good for my back. I am freaking crippled this morning. So it's because the air inside the air mattress, it gets really cold. And if you don't have anything under it, like I don't have anything to put under it, except I put one of those curtains on it, but it keeps getting wet. So then it like wicks the cold from that sheet metal that's on the ground. It wicks up into your air mattress, and it cools that air mattress. I swear my body temperature was down last night, and I had to put as many clothes on as I could. I have 2 pairs of pants on and four shirts this morning, and I just peeled off 1 layer. So hey, Walt Money, nice to see you. Captain Crunch, I've been thinking about you. Nice. I haven't been able to get to some of your channels because I've been just without a way to charge my phone too much. And then when I charge my phone, I've been using it to like try to figure some stuff out as far as insurance, my loan, all kinds of things. I've been on the phone with DMV, and these people keep you waiting and waiting and waiting, you know, so they don't answer, and so then it wastes my battery. So last night, so I've been like taking my little, I have a little charger that I think I showed you last time. Good morning, everybody. So then I put that on the charger because my phone takes a long time to charge because I have that really long cord, and that's all I have right now. I'm not buying a new one right now. I actually have 2 charger cords, but one is like a a little, the iPhone went to like iPhone to C chargers. So now you need a little C block that has a C fitting instead of the regular USB fitting. It's a USB-C fitting. So they're going to that, and it's absolutely ridiculous because, you know, that shit that never lasts long anyway, and we just throw it in the ocean, you know, like just throw it in the ocean when you're done with it. That's okay. It's all good, you know. The whales and the porpoises and the dolphins, they'll just eat it, you know, don't worry about it. So just throw it in the ocean. But anyway, that gets on my ranting. Wait. Oh. Okay. I was wondering what y'all was talking about. Yeah, air mattresses suck. Yeah, that air gets so cold under there. Oh, okay. Well, you could tell me something. It is a much more beautiful morning today. Yeah, I could get it through the same people, but I have to have an Oklahoma license. So for that, I have to have a piece of mail that goes to whatever address it is, and the place that has the address has to know that, you know, I'm gonna receive mail there, which I probably never would because it's all paperless. And you have to receive a piece of mail through there. So that is not working, and that's what I've been trying to deal with. So I was planning on just like getting my license over here and trying to make that work, you know, and getting the same insurance that she had. But so I had been thinking and talking to people and trying to figure out what kind of solutions I could have. And I thought, oh, well, one thing that was mentioned to me when I went to get my vehicle loan was that it's almost the same if you would get a personal loan. And they said something about a personal loan, but it didn't click right here. You know what I mean? Until after she was like running my loan, and the lady was like, oh, well, you know, you can either, we'll just run it this way because it's a little bit cheaper. And then I was thinking, yesterday I was like, well, but then I have to carry insurance. I have to carry full insurance, full coverage, because I would have the loan on it. On a vehicle loan, you have to carry liability and whatever that other thing is. You have to have full coverage on it. I know. I have been watching too. I can't right now because I don't have a lot of ways to charge my phone. That's cool. Hey, Hidden Highways, John, how you doing, hon? Nice to see you, my dear. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to see what else is happening here. I wish that I had a way to get some pink foam insulation. That sounds great. I wish I had another blanket. I don't have anything, and I don't have a way to get anywhere. I mean, there's buses, but then I had to carry everything with me, and I might do it one day. But for me to get to the Lowe's from here, it's probably far. The only thing that's around here is a couple churches, a million auto sales places, and a million tire places and wheel places. That's all that's around here. And I've been shopping, so I've been looking around, but there's nothing similar to this. There's nothing like a conversion van that I was trying to get my kids, you know, get for my kids so that I could take them back up to Pennsylvania in it. So yeah. Accept the request, Captain Crunch. I'm stranded, John, in Tulsa this time. Okay, so this is the series of events, right? I left Hot Springs, Arkansas. Remember to stop by the like button, y'all, if you're gonna go out. But thank you and thank you. So I started out in Hot Springs, Arkansas, right? That's where I drove east with my friends Mikey and Leah, and then we all three split the gas to get from California, Slab City to Arkansas, right? So you probably saw some of those videos and stuff like that on my channel. And then I'm not too much on Insta either. I just go and check people's stuff real quick and whatever, cross post. But see, now I forgot what I was talking about. What was I saying? Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, so then I was in Hot Springs, Arkansas for like 2 weeks, and I was taking care of this older gentleman. He was really, really cool, really nice, down to earth, super sweet. And yes, I am stuck, stranded, right? So I left on the Greyhound from the lady that I was taking care of, the regular caregiver. She gave me a ride up to Little Rock, which is about an hour. And so it was taking me all the way east. The Greyhound was taking me all the way east to go all the way west, or all the way east to go all the way back west. It was going east and coming right back, crossing over Little Rock again. I don't understand why, and they wouldn't let me get on like the second time they come around. I don't get it. I don't understand why the ticket wouldn't give me one from Texarkana, and it was only pulling up one. So anyway, get on the Greyhound. 20 hours it takes me to get to Dallas. And I was so hurting because something was sticking in my back or whatever, so I got off the bus. Rome picked me up. That's the gal that I bought the bus from. And then I came, and then she drove me to Tulsa, which is it's like about a 3-hour ride. So I got 20 out. Okay, so if you drove from Hot Springs, it's a 5-hour drive. A 5-hour drive was 23 on the bus, going east and then back west to Dallas. So I'm 20 hours into this trip and get off the bus, and I still had 3 hours to drive. So I had to deal with that too. I've been on the phone with Greyhound, and that's a mess. All right, so then I get here. I'm so excited. You could see like how excited I am in some of my videos. I'm pulling in, seeing the bus, and you know. And then so this is a transmission place where I picked it up from. Hey Erin, nice to see you, babe. Good morning. And so I get here to the place to pick it up, and everything seemed good when I started it. I drove it around like up to the highway and stuff, and I started driving, and then I was tired, so I pulled in. There was no way I could drive anymore. I hadn't gotten any sleep on that Greyhound, so I was so tired. So I got over to like somewhere just northeast of here, and I went into a Lowe's, and I stayed there and overnight. And in the morning, when I tried to go out, it didn't seem like the same as it was. But I started out and I got about another 80 miles from where I'd been. And I had just put in $100 worth of gas that morning, and it was, by the time I got over another 80 miles, it was gone. And I was watching my gas because I wanted to see how much gas it would get, how much gas I would use, like, you know, how much the tank would get. Because the past owner was not familiar with driving it too much. So I was out of gas, not even 100 miles away. And then I was also going up the ramp, and I was not getting enough power to make it up the ramp. Good morning, Patricia Bradshaw and Uncle Jimmy Bradshaw. I want to wish you a happy anniversary. I know it's your anniversary month, and I always forget the day, but I do remember the month. Pretty sure it's in May. Anyway, happy anniversary. So from here, I made it it was 150 miles from this place here, okay? So I'm going up the ramp, and it's not getting power, and I get up there, and I turn, and I'm like, something's wrong with this thing. And it was, like, popping out of gear then, and it was, I guess it had been running in between the drive and, like, this drive and this drive. So it was popping back and forth, and I just could not get it to stay in that drive thing. And that's what screwed up the transmission. So anyway, there was a warranty on it. Okay, first I got it diagnosed. It was all popping codes for the transmission. And then oh right, okay, the 25th. So I'm only a couple days off. All right, well, I'm glad I caught you for that. Drive and overdrive. Okay, so yeah, so then I must have been I was in one of those. Okay, so it was like going real loud, like brrrr, like real high pitched, you know? And I could not get it to like come off that high pitch. And I remember Rome saying, well, that she was told because it was so loud that it's a bus. Buses are loud. So I kept thinking that, all right, everything's good. But then I was losing power. And especially when I was trying to get up that ramp to get off the interstate. I was like, all right, something's not right here. So I went over there, and I just happened to be, I was going to a gas station to get more gas and figure out what's going on. And then I just presented like with this big automotive center. So I pulled in there, and there was nothing else around. It was country, you know. It was on the outskirts of town, I found out, but Mount Vernon is kind of a little city there. So that's where I was, and I pulled in, and I was stranded. I couldn't start it again. So it was like, okay, I'm good. I'll figure this out tomorrow. At least I landed in a mechanic. And then the next day came. Well, first of all, they drove me, the owners threw me out like a power line so I could charge my phone. And then they gave me a ride up to the store so I got a Subway sandwich. And that was Mother's Day. Stranded for Mother's Day. I was supposed to be home that day to like see my kids, give them a big old hug, and be there for Mother's Day, you know. I would have got in late, but they was going to wait for me. And so that never happened. So I'm now in this mechanic shop. They give me this diagnostic for $107, $108. And then I was like, all right, it's throwing all these codes for the transmission. Hey, Journey, nice to see you. Thank you for coming in. I am wearing my tie-dye and about 3 layers up here yet, and I have 2 layers of pants on because it was so cold last night. And the bed was wet, and the air mattress, it was just coming through my body like pain. That's all I can say. It was pain. It's pain. My body's still pain. So anyway, I have this thing where if I get cold, then my whole body freezes up. Like some of you probably have it too, but it just makes your pain so much more intense, and it cripples you. So anyway, that's what I'm dealing with. And it was a little bit warmer when I was up in Missouri, and that's where that diagnostic place was. So now he diagnoses it and tells me, okay, just drive real slow back to Tulsa. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this. He's like, you can't drive very fast at all. You gotta, because it's in the wrong gear. And the two mechanics spoke and everything, and said what was going on, so they knew. And then I just tried to drive back here. Huh? Shake. So anyway, hey, Dania. Dania, nice to see you, babe. Oh, that's okay. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you. It's just got a braid this morning. It's shaved. I need a shave. So then I got stranded. I went to go get gas and I tried to start it and it wouldn't start. So I was stuck at the gas pump. So I put it into neutral, and it was just on a slight downhill. I was able to just coast it out of because I knew they were going to call the cops if I didn't get out from the pump, you know? So then I didn't get gas because I was trying to figure out my money or whatever, and I thought, all right, let me go figure some stuff out. So I coasted over there, and that's where I sat for 3 days. And then some people came by at some point, like 3 days later, or a couple days later, and they saw that I'd been sitting there, and it was a mechanic. And he was like, do you mind if I take a look? Now, I'm real skeptical, you know, because I don't trust people, right? I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to come back later and take my stuff, or are they going to, whatever, cut out my catalytic converter? I don't know what's up. But I was like, I trust my gut, okay? I picked up my hood, and the guy immediately went for the transmission fluid, and it was black and burnt. And he goes, I knew it just by what you were saying. It's burnt. So he pulled out that thing and showed me that it was burnt. He goes, smell it. And I smelled it, and it smelled just really burnt. He said, there's no way you're getting back on this. And then I called one of the days, the next day, and I was like, why can't I move this? I tried to call the mechanic back that did the diagnostic. Well, he didn't bother to call me back the whole day. And so rude. Anyway, so I didn't know what was going on, you know? And it turns out it was the transmission. It was locked out from the torque. Okay, so I'm not getting anywhere. So now I got to come up with the money for the tow. My friend was going to do her AAA, but that never worked out. She realized she didn't have any AAA left, and I heard that the towing company was coming. I gave up my room key that I got from the Hope Breast Commission because I was going to stay 2 nights in a motel, which was really a godsend because I was so cold and everything there too. And no, I'm not doing that for you. Sorry, we're not doing that. So they got me a hotel room for 2 nights. They brought me a hamburger, which was really awesome, a cheeseburger. Homemade, you know, not a patty or anything, a homemade burger. Okay, you're getting blocked. There you go. I'm not playing that shit. I'm not playing that shit, okay? You want to go do that on somebody else's channel. I'm not playing that shit. I'm not here for your pleasure, okay? Anyway, I've been treated like that too much in my life, and I won't allow it here on my channel. So, anyway, this is my journey, not yours. So, So I gave up my key because I thought I was getting towed. And then I go back to my bus and I wasn't getting towed. So I stayed the night in the bus again, freezing cold, wet mattress, air mattress coming up through my back, blah, blah, blah. Thank you to all the people that have helped me, like tried to get some cash because I have everything aside. I could not get any cash. So I got up the $600 it was to get this tow, and I think he did it on the sly because he didn't go through the company. He know I've been sitting there, and he was like, I'll help you, and I'll do it for cash. I'll do it for cheaper than it would have been, because all the tows were, the only one that I found that was anywhere comparable was 800, and then all the rest were 1,000, 1,200, 1,150. Like, they were just all these like really high prices. So I was like, oh shit. So I got up the cash, I finally got, yeah, really, thank you, Danny. Yeah, if you guys see that, you can just put the block on that, you know, or put them in timeout for a little bit, and then let them gather their thoughts. So anyway, well, I give everybody a wrench this way. I know who's been in here before. That really helps me. And I always go with the thing, if I give everybody a chance first, like, I trust you. I'll trust you. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt first, right? And that's what I extend at first. But then if you're naughty, then you just get blocked. That's all. That's all that's to it. And then, goodbye. Have a nice day. So then I got back here, to this transmission place, and the plan was I spoke to the owner, real nice person, real sweet, very helpful. I could tell, like, he's in his heart, like I could see his heart, you know, that he's a good person, that he's trying to help me, right? And no, you all can, you all have the wrench. But anyway, I'm just sitting here. So the plan was for him to rebuild the transmission, another transmission to put in here, while this one gets pulled out. So that's the plan. They have not pulled it out yet, pulled out the transmission yet. So I know that they're still building the transmission. So I've been going for a walk over past this church. There's a nice place to walk. I found a little corner store up there. They don't sell food. They only sell like cans and candy and paper towels and shit I don't want to eat. You know, I don't want to put that stuff in my body, like snowball cakes and like tasty cake, like candy. No, that's not nutritious, okay? So I'm so glad that I made that mile walk to the Walmart before I left and carried those heavy bags back with me, and I kept stopping, and I was on the phone with DMB at the time, and I just kept stopping and trying to like regroup my bags and all that. And then oh, only I can remove a wrench. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Only you can prevent forest fires. That's right. So that's the story. I'm still stranded here, can't get anywhere. The store is a convenience store. It's not, there's no groceries. I did get a couple salads, which I'm almost out of the salads. And I bought like a can of tuna. So I'm really low down on food now. And I had this one jar of soup that I figured I would eat cold. It came in a jar, not a can. So I like jars better than cans because you could always taste the can. And then I got that heater last night, and I set that soup up in front of it. You might have seen my short on that. I was just so excited to have like heat and a way to charge my phone overnight, which, by the way, it's down to 20% now because I was listening to ghost stories last night. And I put my glass jar in front of it so it could heat up, and it was heating up. And so once I got the heater, I was so excited, And I just came in here to warm up, and my feet were wet from walking back from the laundromat. And it had been at least 6 hours since I was at the laundromat, but they weren't drying. They just was not drying. So I had wet socks and stuff, and I took my socks off and tried to get warm, but I could not. It would not dry. Your body gets so like saturated with water when you're in such a damp environment like this. So it just was, nothing was drying. My clothes weren't drying. Everything's wet. So got the heater, was so excited, and I put my soup in front of it, and then 2 minutes later I got this knock. I was like, oh shit, because you know the cops don't let you stay in your bus over here in the transmission shop. And I called to get a bed at the like homeless shelter, but they're all full. So you have to go in the morning to go downtown on a bus to get a homeless shelter thing. Well, let me tell you, I've had bed bugs before, and I don't want no bed bugs, okay? They're so hard to get rid of. It's like, yeah, it's like a mosquito. They suck your blood, blah, blah, blah. But then they make nests in your bed and all this other stuff. And I got them from a motel one time when I was staying in a motel. This was years ago. So I definitely don't feel like dealing with that. And I thought, I don't really want to do that. I'm going to put that in my pocket for later. And I couldn't use their address anyway, so unless I was staying there. So I don't know. It just seemed like too much of a hassle. And so I just been staying here. And then I get this knock on my window, and I looked out, and it was a food delivery. Because I had mentioned to my niece yesterday that I was out of water. Well, she got me a couple Fiji waters, a lemonade, and some Cheesecake Factory salad and bread. Oh my God. I just started manja. Oh my God, it was so good. I only ate like a third of it, so I have some more in there. It's like, I better get it out of the sun. This is my refrigerator up here because it's been colder, you know, near the window. And I don't have a cooler or anything like that. Yes, they are spawns of Satan, and they're so gross. Ew, they're just blood suckers. And they're like feeding on you all the time. It's so nasty. And then you get these really big red welts, and I'm allergic to like things that bite you anyway. So mine don't get just like a little bite. I get really swelled up, and they get like this big. So, yeah, I don't feel like doing the bed bug thing. They're vampires, yes. So, thank you to Miss Maddie for giving me some Uber Eats. She totally hooked me up. Something from Cheesecake Factory. I was so excited. Like, that was just picked up my whole day. You know, it just made me feel so much better to have, like, some water, to have, like, I've been eating salad, but, you know, I love to eat healthy, so that's the best thing you can feed me. So she got me a real nice salad. I know, they're so gross. So that's where it's at. So I'm still sitting here. I can take a bus. I might take a bus today. I got to figure out the bus schedule and where it goes, because that's the hard thing. Like, I can never, like, if you look on their maps, like, you can never figure out where it's going. So, if there's no sign there that tells you the route, then it's really hard to figure out. And the first time, like, I went on a bus, I put a $20 bill in there, and I didn't know any better. And I was showing her the $20, and she was just looking at me like this with her mask on. I threw up my $20. I was like, what do I do? And then I go to put it in there, and then right as I'm dropping it in, she goes, no, don't do that. And I was like, okay, well, how do I, get change? You got to have change already, and you got to know how much it is, so you got to look it up online. Like, no place tells you. You had to, like, go research it. So that's how you do it. Yeah, Google. You got to do Google. So you got to Google that, right, John? So even though when I look at Google for the map, though, it's very hard for me to decipher. I don't know what is wrong with my head up here, but something just does not. It happens when I read, and it happens when I do math. I just get this like mental block. I don't know how to get past it. It's like I gotta kind of figure it out in my head as to how to even make sense of it. So that's what happens. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to get on the bus today and try to go get some more food. But anyway, I have a surprise. So was I telling you about this at all this morning yet? I don't know. Let me see what Dania says. Man, I just tried to get a bag of coffee. Uber Eats, Grubby Hub. No dice. Oh, it's too far. Oh no, what's happening with your truck? Oh, you're parked up, so you can't really leave because you can't break camp just for a cup of coffee, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard, John. Like I try to, everything's like a puzzle in my head, so I have to try to figure it out. I guess it's just the way my learning style is. I'm a kinetic learner, so I feel to learn. That's my learning style. I don't like to read about it because every time I tried to read, and I have a couple books I tried to read, my son sent me with. Some good books too. I wish they were on tape though, because I'll start reading and then a thought goes in my head because I have ADHD. Okay, so my brain is going like in a million different directions, and I'm always super high strung by nature. I always am like shaking my foot, or you know, I'm always moving. So like my brain goes a mile a minute, and I just can't keep up with it sometimes. So I'll start reading a sentence, and then I have to, I realized after like a couple seconds or a few minutes, I'm reading the same freaking sentence like 10, 20 times. I'm like, I can't get past the damn sentence unless I read out loud. And I can't always read out loud. It's super annoying. Plus it makes me really tired. I know it's like a good way to fall asleep and stuff, but I like to listen to ghost stories instead. So when I try to learn something, I mean, it can be backed up by reading. I'm a good reader. Like I comprehend things when I read out loud. And I was always good in school with it and stuff, like my reading level and stuff, but I did start late as a reader. So and I realized like when I was in college, you know how they give you those like, it's not a mood thing, it's a personality test. And then you get this personality test and you can figure out about your learning style and about, you know, who you are as a person, how you react with people, how you learn, how you get by in life or whatever. So yeah, I am a kinetic learner. So a kinetic learner means that you learn by feeling things. So I like to just do things. And that's how I learn. I like to go touch the tree. I like to go pick the berry and see what it tastes like. Like, I mean, I know better than to like just eat random berries and stuff, but that's how I learn. That's how I learn about stuff. That's how I connect the dots, you know? So reading stuff just does not work. And when I look at stuff online, I love to research stuff online all the time. But it has something to do with holding the phone and like scrolling. Like those kind of things help me make the connection. So actually having a phone is really a good way for me to learn. Wheel hub assembly. Oh my goodness, your tire's not good? That doesn't sound good for your wheel, honey. I hope that you are safe with that. Yeah, I like audiobooks. I like the ones on YouTube also, as long as I could charge my phone. In fact, mine was just yelling at me that it's down to 10%. So, oh my goodness, I have stuff all over. It's a mess. And I just washed this sheet yesterday, but this is where I've been eating too, so let's see. Here it is. Okay. Now I need my cord too. Oh my goodness. Oh. All right, let me plug in here. Let me plug in here and get some more power. Because this is my little battery bank. Oh. So I still have a surprise for you that I haven't told you yet. Let me get this plugged in real quick. And I'll tell you what's happening. So I started telling you about I started telling you about my loan. So I got this car loan. And you have to have full coverage, and that wasn't working out, blah, blah, blah. I tried different states, tried different, all different ways to try to get insurance, but I could not. Okay. I talked to at least 50 different people from about 20 different agencies, and I still did not get anywhere. So I thought to myself, they told me at the beginning something about a personal loan, but they was going to run it as an auto loan. And I didn't think of all the ramifications of that at first. But yesterday, I was like, all right, I'm going to list this bus. I'm just going to list it up right now because I cannot make it work for me. I can't get the insurance, and I was needing full coverage. And then I'd remembered what my bank said. They said something about a personal loan. And then my friend told me, too, about a personal loan. You can get this personal loan, and then you can release the collateral right away. You don't have to, like, it's not like they're holding your title or anything like that. So now I can keep the title. I don't have to worry about that title crap because they were hounding me trying to get this title work done. They kept calling me from my bank, and I'm like, I haven't got there yet, dudes. I'm still stranded. So I couldn't do anything with it. Yeah, I love maps. I love maps because they're so busy. And that's one thing that I can really put myself there because it makes me feel like I'm traveling. So I can really do good with maps. And when I was in 5th grade, we had the map lesson, and the teacher gave us these certificates that said, you know, Mr. Callahan, map reader leader. And then it said your name, the map reader. And then it said, signed, I am lost. So that always made an impression on me. And ever since, I've loved geography. So that's where it all stems from. I was always looking for other places. I've always felt like a gypsy soul, like in my soul. I've always felt like a gypsy. And I always wanted to see what was out there. But, you know, I had constraints as a young kid. Like, you can't just get up and go. And Mom was always wanting me to stay close to home. And so for years, until I had my own babies, until like 1989. And I was like, all right, I am out of this Jersey place. I hate this Jersey place. It's too busy, built up, and I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. Now it's getting a little warmer. Ooh, that's cold though. Just open it a little bit. And so I've always had the connection with the map. And that's what got me traveling. And like when I was in high school, I used to cut out of high school classes, and I would go with my boyfriend at the time. He was my high school sweetheart, and he became later my husband that I had 3 kids with. And I was married to him for 12 years. And we used to cut out and go to all the waterfalls and go to all the camp spots that, you know, that we would go to on the weekends, and we would actually do the camping. But we would just go up there and drive around, smoke a couple buds, you know, or whatever. And it was great fun. Like that always stuck in here, you know. So that's how I really became obsessed with maps. Good, I'm glad your tire's fine. Oh, okay. Well, you know what you're doing, Danya. Hello, Logic. Oh, nice to see you. All right, I'm going to give you a moderator. There you go. You got the wrench now. Use it wisely. Tires Plus approved you for credit card. Oh, so I've had to do that a couple times. I was stuck and went to, can't remember the name of it. Midas? No, it was Mavis. Mavis, which I always thought was Midas until I got to use their service, and they screwed up my brakes big time. That was my van. And then everybody tried to keep replacing the brakes, and I had all these sets of brakes on. In like 1 year, I had my brakes done five times. Anyway, they didn't need to be replaced that many times. It was just wackos that touched it to begin with that screwed it all up. Anyway, been stranded with that too. And then I got their card, and it's like 29.99, you know, percent interest, you know, so then you use it, and then I'm still paying that thing off, you know. But if you use it for car care, they can't charge you the interest rate for 6 months. So it's something, right? But then you had to use these other hokey places. Not everybody takes it and all that stuff. Oh, nice. I want to see this tattoo. I'm gonna get a purple heart right here. I meant to get it when I was in Slab City, but I didn't have enough time this year. But that's really cool. I got a gypsy soul, so that would be a really good, cool tattoo. Yeah, I study places I may never go also. It's time for me to move on to the map of Europe, because I would really love to do Europe before I go anywhere to a different dimension, or die and go to heaven, whatever it is. Or if I die and go to the ground, whatever it is, I want to do something before that to get to Europe and traveling in some other places. So, hate all politicians. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Thank you. Remember to stop by the like button if you come in and dip out. That helps me out. Yeah, wow. It's because you could feel the texture of those. Some of those globes had the raised mountains and like the dips for the valleys and the dips for the rivers and stuff like that. And I'd always trace the rivers with my fingers, you know. Yes, that's how I was learning, you know. That's it. You trace the mountains. That's okay. Yeah, I could not get insurance for anything. So what I wound up doing was, I still haven't said it yet, I called my bank last night. It was like 10 o'clock at night almost, like 9 something. And I was like, I got a real good gal on the phone. She helped me out. She hooked me right up. I was like, so they were telling me, you know, about this personal loan when I got this car loan. And they didn't even run it as a personal loan, so I didn't have the option. But can I have the option? And what can I do about that? Can I trade it into, make this car loan into a personal loan? She said, yes, of course we can do that. So let me run your loan. And, you know, first I was like, let me get all the questions I have answered, and then we'll see if we want to do it. So it turns out, yep, it's all good. We can use the personal loan to pay off the car loan. So I did that. Yay! So now I don't have to worry about having full coverage, and I don't have to worry about getting the title in right away. Like now, I think I keep the title. I have to look at that, but anyway, I still have to like go get it registered if I want to drive it or whatever. But I have a 30-day trip ticket, so it worked out. It's gonna pay off my car loan. So now I just have a personal loan, which is so much better. It's a slightly, just slightly, maybe like a couple percentages of a percent, if you will, more. It might be like 0.2 more higher of a percentage rate, and the payment is more. It's only like, it works out to be like, what was it? 128 was my car payment, and it's going to be 136 for my personal loan payment. So that's over 48 months. All right, so that's good. Now I can do whatever I want with this bus. I can do whatever I want with it. I can drive it if I want. But I know that the tires looked good, but they looked kind of dry rotted to me after I really got to inspect it in the light, because when I was here the first night, it was getting dark already. And so I couldn't really see everything. Also, I'll show you. Well, first I'll show you the rust spots, okay? Oh shit, hold on. The rust spots are pretty bad, okay? I tried to close the window and I almost put my foot through it, and that's how I realized how bad it was. And that was like the first night. Hold on, I gotta get on my bed here. So yeah, so this is where I almost put my foot through that. So, you know, yeah, see it? Oh, yep, see it? So that's bad. And I was planning on bringing my grandkids home. At least I was gonna go pick them up, but that never happened because I've been stranded. Missed my important surgery and my, well, I was getting ready for a surgery to get this lump out of my breast that's been there for 5 years now. I wouldn't do anything with it. Now I was supposed to get it out, and I was going for the pre-surgery like appointments and stuff, but I have passed those up. This thing is really bothering me. Sometimes it like feels like something is just gripping me like this, and it won't stop. So I had to get that out, and I can't wear a bra, a regular bra or anything like that. Okay, so that's a little personal, but whatever. So, okay, so those two rust spots are one on each side, one back here, and one over there. So I was gonna take my grandkids home. I was gonna put a couple quick benches in it and a bed. Like, that takes nothing to really do that. If I had help that was coming out, that fell through, but they was gonna help me cut a pallet in half and put up a couple quick benches like I had before in the van, and then they could sit there, and I was gonna get the seat belts from Rome and put those in so the kids could seat belt in and stuff like that. That would have been fine, but I can't put no benches over there. There's nothing to hold on to. There's no place to put the legs because they'll fall right through. So I can't do that with this, all right? And also the wheels, I'll show you the wheels now. Wait, let me catch up before I go outside and show you the wheels. I want to catch up with y'all. Yes, auto repairs, but not body repairs. That is cosmetic, you know. Nobody's gonna cover that unless I just do it on my regular credit cards. But I don't really want to do that. I want to pay cash and get it done. Like, I don't want anything holding over my head over here. Okay, I'll check it out, Dania. Sure. Nice seeing you too, Haydall. Yeah, it was a big blessing for sure. Good morning, Deb. I missed you. Sorry, missed you coming in. Yes, we do. We had to take care of ourselves, not other people. Like, I mean, I will honor, okay? I will honor everything that you're saying if it's true. Okay, but yeah, okay, so these tires, see how dry rotted that is? That's not good. So these tires will all need to be replaced. Those have been there for a while. Also, you can see the outside has been rubbing. So that's like that. I know all about that. That is when you have your sway bars or your adjustments down here. Look at how dirty it is. But that's when that stuff is all out of whack. Control arms, your bushings, or not the bushings, but all that stuff is not in alignment, or, you know, it's out of whack or whatever. It needs to be replaced. And so then it starts rubbing on your tires. And then this one looks pretty good. This one is actually not dry rotted. But the one back there I could see is a little, I don't know, it might have been on the same time. And then all these broken glass windows. And yeah, I don't know, somebody's over there talking to themselves. And then yeah, so the back ones aren't bad, but this one again is rubbing on the outside. So it could be shocks, springs, whatever's under there. I haven't even looked. So guess what I'm gonna do with it? I decided, now that it's on a personal loan, I'm gonna keep it and make maybe an Airbnb out of it. So I need a piece of land. That means I need a piece of land. I gotta start stripping off some of this clothing because it's getting nice and warm now. It's starting to dry out a little bit. Oh man. All right, let me get back in here. Woo-wee. Yeah, it's a lot of things to fix, right? Like, if the mechanics were all great in it, just say they were, which it wasn't throwing any other codes except for the transmission, so that's a good sign that I can get it home, at least, back up to Pennsylvania. That is some work, you know, it's some work. And I have a little bit of money set aside in a CD or whatnot. Those funds don't get released right away either, so that's why it's been hard to get the money up for the tow truck. But yeah, it's gonna be some work, and the tires and whatever. So I decided, all right, well, let me bring it up to Pennsylvania on the trip ticket and get up there. Well, first, I have two things, and maybe you guys could help me decide. I have a couple options. Yeah, I got a lot of work ahead of me, so. But it's fun if I don't have to worry about keeping it on the road at the same time. I can take it off the road, and I don't know what to do about another vehicle. I'll figure that out. But this one's gonna get used as a camper van that doesn't really move. So I'm looking for either, I have a place that I can put it for a little while at my daughter's work, and they said they would help me build it out and stuff like that too. So God willing, I get this up there. The second choice that I have is I could put it in storage, because I could smell the antifreeze in here. So something with the radiator too. And when I opened it the other day, the radiator fluid was all over. Propylene glycol was everywhere, slippery, smelly, and I could still smell it. But it could be from that transmission shop too. So I'm gonna open this window. It's starting to get warm in here, and I don't want to strip in front of you guys. I don't want to be inappropriate. Okay, so as much as some of you may like that, I'm not into it. But anyway, so I'm thinking, yeah, now that opens up a bunch more possibilities. What do you think? So right now I have the bed situated this way. Don't mind my messy blanket. But okay. So somehow I have to cover this rust up on both sides. Put a bench in here, put a bench in here, bed back there, or we could put the bed here, cover the stairs, like that's what Rome was suggesting. She was thinking she was going to put the bed across here. So that's something I could, you could do. Put the bed up here. It's just that you can't cover this part to open the door unless you never lock it, because lock it right here, which it's got the wire in it right now, so it's not going to lock. But I could take that out even and put a regular door in if I wanted. But then, you put the bed up here, say up to here or whatever, and then you have all that space underneath for your battery banks and all that stuff. And, you can even build another step on top of it. Like, there's all kinds of stuff you could do. And then, like, I thought of using these side rails, you could see right here, to hold up maybe a bench that come across and cover this wheel well, at least to get my grandkids home. And I would have to put 2 benches like that back there, and then maybe like use it as like a Murphy kind of thing where you can put the bed down at night, you know, and just have the benches in the daytime. So that's something that could work. And then it could be kind of convertible for when people come to stay. Hey, Melody, nice to see you. I love you. Thanks for coming in. Let me give you, excuse me, let me give you a wrench. There you go, girlfriend. Now, anybody that wants to drop their links, you can do that right now. If you have an Instagram, if you have YouTube or whatever it is, you can drop your links and connect with one another. I saw y'all on other people's channels, and it's so nice, like, to see you all connected. So yeah, Melody is my friend that is a traveler also. We have camped together a few times. We went to the barter fair last year together. Worked in the kitchen under her and in volunteering, and it was so fantastic to be with all my ladybugs out there and peoples out there that we was camped with. So Melody's part of that crew. She's part of the traveling, gathering peoples that we, nomadic peoples that we hang out with. So she has just been stranded herself. Where were you stranded, Melody? Nevada? I think it was Nevada for some reason. But anyway, she's had a several-week ordeal herself. And so she was stranded without a transmission too. So we was going through this at the same time. Hers was before mine. There goes Dania's YouTube. So go check her out. She's got a short there for you. If you want, go to her short, view the short, put a like, and so that like sticks, make sure you give a comment, and so the subscription sticks, give the like, and then you all be connected, and then you can support one another and get to know one another a little bit. Oh, the tattoo link, that's cool. I'm gonna go watch it. And also, if you want me to watch something later, because I don't go back through and listen to the live stream. Oh man, look at that. Look how close the airport is. There's also an Air Force base or something out there that's been shooting planes up from that direction this way. A lot of jets I was watching the other day because it was a nice clear day and the clouds were out, so they were going in and out of the clouds. Yeah, if you want to drop your links. Oh, there's my friend Bob. Okay, so Bob didn't get to come out, but we was talking about some of this stuff last night, as far as putting a bench back there on that ledge and then just building it out to where there's a couple steps in front of it. So I may do that to get my kiddos home, get my grandkiddos home, or I can just, there's Erin's, she's got the honeybee jewelry over on Instagram. She's got some really cute jewelry. Go check it out. If you want to buy something, if not, at least connect with her and give her some likes over there, and check it out. Maybe you could refer her to some other people of your friends, and this is how we all get networking, and we get, you know, helping each other. We get some sales and stuff like that, so that we can do our personal life and you know, sell our stuff. Somebody's pulling into this lot. I'm like a hawk on it. Like, I want to know who's coming in here, you know. So I have these little places where I can look out, you know, and over there too, like I can look out and see what's happening. So that's what I love about a bus and about a van. Like you have the 360 windows, you can look out everywhere and know what's going on, but people can't necessarily see you. So that's a great thing. Good morning, Bob. How are you feeling? So yeah, so that's the plan. Or I can, howdy. There's also a weed shop right here, so a lot of people come over here and park and stuff. But anyway, I can either make the benches and the seat belts, which I would have to put like a piece of board down on the ground, and I would have to like cut it out before I get to my kids so I can stop back in like hot springs on the way over to Nashville, where I'm meeting my family. And good, I'm glad to hear you're feeling good today. That's great. It's a brand new day. The sun is shining. I'm gonna get ready and go for a walk here soon. Or I could store this thing and then get, I was looking at land last night. There's a lot of land. If people want to go in on it with me, I would like to get 5 acres or more, and then just everybody have their own acre or half acre, and then we could all pitch in on the taxes for that and stuff. So that's something I'm really thinking of now. And I'm trying to do it between New Jersey and Texas because I have family in both places. And it would kind of be just my ex-husband, he's living down here in Georgia, so it would be a nice place where the kids could all come to one place and visit 2 parents at once, kind of thing. Like if they have a week or if they have a few days, they can spend a day with each of us or something like that. And the Southeast is, you know, some place that I have not explored too awful much. I mean, I've lived in the East for years. So Pennsylvania and Texas are my 2 home states. My father was from Texas. My mother was from New Jersey. So I go back and forth between there a lot, and I hit up Texas a lot in my travels. I don't stay too long, but I started to like Texas. I didn't like it before. I don't like those big cockroach flying things. They're really annoying, and they're so big and rude. So they're called palmetto bugs. I don't know if y'all are familiar with palmetto bugs, but I know my Aunt Patsy and Uncle Jimmy are very familiar with the palmetto bugs because they have them down in Florida too. And my Uncle Jimmy was stationed down there when he was a young man back in his, was it Army or Air Force? I don't think it was the Navy, and I don't think it was the Marines. But refresh my memory, Aunt Patsy and Uncle Jimmy, if you're still out there. Was it the Air Force or the Army? I think it was the Air Force. Also, my father was in the Air Force. So anyway, my Uncle Jimmy was stationed down there in Florida. So I was there as a baby. And I always remembered them talking about the palmetto bugs. And then when I got to Texas and like Las Vegas, there's palmetto bugs there too. So it's just because of the climate. It's like the humid climate. They only live in certain places of like Nevada. Like I don't see them where it's real dry, and I don't see them where it's real wet. It's got to be like in between. It's got to be balmy but not super wet. So that's why I don't think they're here. I haven't seen any here. But those things kind of are really annoying, and they walk around your house and they get in any little crack. Like you could have an airtight house and they still get in. Like all your windows and doors are closed, and then in the morning there's like 5 or 6 of them creeping around your house. Ugh. So, and they're big, and I chase them away with the broom. I try to sweep them outside and stuff and get back out there because you're not invading my space. But yeah, so I guess Aunt Patsy and Uncle Jimmy left. All right, people are starting to throw up some links. So why don't you throw up yours? It was Mother's Day for me too. Oh my God, I was stranded Mother's Day. Well, you were with some folks before that, Melody, right? Yeah, they're really gross, Deb. They're really gross. They're big too. They're like this big, you know what I mean? Like, ew. It's like a giant cockroach. They are literally a giant cockroach that flies. So creepy, creepy, creepy. Oh, right. And you're going into the bathtub. Oh, that sounds nice. I wish I could go in a bathtub, or even a shower for that matter would be great. But, you know, Melody, you were getting to go to some motels, I think, and at least have some television and a shower and stuff like that, and a place to plug in your phone. So that is great. Oh, it was Air Force. She's still here. Aunt Patsy says Uncle Jimmy was in the Air Force, and he was stationed down in, let me think. It was someplace in Florida. It was Palm Springs. Or am I thinking of Palm Springs, California. I don't know. The whole Southeast has them because it's pretty damp, huh? Yeah, I haven't really seen any in Tennessee or anything, but that's good to know. It is very damp down here and wet in the Southeast. It's wet. Not like the Northeast. The Northeast is humid. You know, the Northwest is wet too. But like you just have this real high humidity here, and up in the Northwest it's more dry but wet. I don't know how to explain it. Like in the rainy season, it's in the spring it's really wet because it's always raining and damp. But then once June hits, it is mad dry. It's so dry, there's fire everywhere. So it's quite different than the Southeast. Alabama has some flies called helicopters. Oh, they're really called horse flies. Are those the biting ones, Jess? Hello, Cass Love. Oh, nice to see you, girl. I didn't see you there. Thanks for coming in. Nice to see you too. McDill Air Force Base. Okay. That's where it was. And I remember one picture or something, or one of the videos that we watched was the palm trees at Christmas time or something like that. It sticks in my brain. Oh, at the lake. Yeah, because they're around the lakes a lot. I noticed, like, if you have a lake house, they're always around in your lake house. So when I went to stay in Texas in the lake house, it was Lake Livingston. Real nice, pretty place. It's in the woods. It's in the woodlands of Texas, but it is filled with them things. They are everywhere. Tampa, Florida. Okay, so it was way down. Hey, I thought this thing. Wait. I thought this thing was charged. See, this thing doesn't take long. Now I'm back at 10%, so I'm gonna lose y'all. But they're in Barstow and Victorville. Oh wow, okay. I have not seen them there. That's California. I have not seen them there at all. Barstow, that's high desert, so it gets pretty dry there, doesn't it? Yes, it's humid, sticky in the Northeast. I grew up there and I hate that. I hate that stickiness. Like, it's humid too in like Florida. It's just humid. I hate the humidity. That's why I love the desert, and I love to go to the desert every year. California has them beat for what? With humidity? I feel like California's more dry, but unless you get up in the mountains up near Shasta and all that. Oh man, I wish I had a coffee. I want some coffee. I want some food. I'm hungry. I haven't had a hot meal in I don't know how long. I don't even know. Colorado is in midsummer, no humidity, but hot and sticky there. Yeah. I think it's, it makes sense that if you're around the lakes and stuff like that, you still have no coffee either. Oh, poor baby. You and me is in the same boat. Hey, John. Nice to see you. Anytime fitness for showers. Yeah, but then I got to take a bus. So I think I'm just going to go over to the YWCA and see what they have to offer. I think they probably have showers there and a pool or something. So maybe I could get in the pool and do some exercise. Now, where's you at, Deb? It gets hot here. Where's that? Oh, you're in Barstow, near Barstow, Victorville kind of area. I didn't see any there last summer when I was up in there. I think, or the couple years before. I think it probably was, I was there in the springtime, never saw any. But they like the trees? Is that something? Maybe. Only humidity during monsoon season. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like wherever the waters and the lakes and the ponds are, that's where you're getting it. Barstow. Oh, okay. I've been through there a few times. Just never knew you were there. Colorado's beautiful. I haven't really experienced any humidity in Colorado. It's a real beautiful state. It was one of my favorite states before I met Nevada and before I met New Mexico. I love California too, but the gas prices are out of control. So that's what I don't like about California. Also, like everything, the cost of living is a lot higher, but it's actually very comparable to Pennsylvania and the gas prices too. So some of the gas prices are the same in Pennsylvania as they are in California, about roughly the same. But then when you get into the resort areas, that's where you pick up the high gas prices, like $7, $8, $10 a gallon. And whoa, holy crap, I just saw this huge shadow of this huge plane. Look at how big. I mean, I could probably walk to the airport from here. Yeah, so that's why it's all the like auto sales places. I'm on the auto sale mile right here. Yeah, that's a good idea. Some window tint. But you know, I've got, let's see, that big window's broken. That window back there, the square one's broken. This one's broken, and this one's broken. And then that one down there at the bottom is broken. Oh wait, no, it's over here. I think there's 5 or 6 windows broken over here. But you know, if I make Airbnb out of it, then it won't be never mind, because I can just put a board on it. Or I could even put some glass, but it wouldn't be this double paned thick glass like I have in here. It would just be, maybe I'll recycle some windows, like some old windows or something like that. And you know, I got some wheels turning up here. I'm pretty creative when it comes to that stuff. Rome said that she wanted to see how I built it out and all that stuff, so we'll see what happens with that. I can't wait for your ideas, so if you have any, please leave them not here on the chat, but also if it's a really good idea that you'd like to see maybe me do in this rig, leave it on a comment in any of my other videos, because I don't go back through and read all the comments after the live is over. So if you want me to see something, or if you want me to go to your channel and subscribe me, then just leave a comment in the comment section so that I could go back there, leave your link there. And you could put your ideas there of what you think would look real nice in here. I've got a blank slate right here. I've got one solar panel, I've got the flooring, and I've got some shade, or some screen for these windows. So yeah, I could totally make, there's more people walking. I could totally make some stuff, okay? Oh, you're so funny, John. Driving past a gas station in your Tesla. Now, how far can you go though? Can you drive across country and not have to worry? I see more and more of those Tesla chargers. But listen, I am not one that condones those cars, because the cobalt and all the precious metals that they're looking for over there is killing all the people off over there, where you get these cobalt rich places in the earth, cobalt deposits and whatnot, and they're digging them out, and it's poisoning the earth, and it's poisoning all the people. So I do not condone Tesla's methods. They need to come up with something better. Yeah, I know they can fix those windows. It sounds like a cost to me that I'm not worried about right now, because when it's raining, and it's rained 100% in here, and some bad lightning storms I've experienced in this rig already. I've only been in it 8 days, and I've had like 6 days of rain, and bad thunderstorms, like fun thunderstorms. So yeah, they don't leak. They do not leak. And what's nice too is, like right here, if I have this window down, like everything beads up right here in this gutter. All the water beads up right here and it just flows to the end of that gutter and spills down. So it doesn't even touch the rest of the windows or the side of the vehicle or anything. So I don't have to worry about it dripping in. I know that the floors got rusted out because this is a 1991. Okay, so what, that's like 30 years old already, okay, almost, or more. So anyway, 32 years old, yeah. So it's been sitting in this wet, damp environment for so long. I was talking to the transmission guy, one of the workers last night, technicians, and he was telling me about the history of this vehicle a little bit, that it's been sitting for a long time, and then they didn't think they was going to drive it for a while, and they started it up and it started right up. So that's how Rome sold it to me. Yeah, just replace the glass. That's exactly right. I don't know. I'm thinking shabby chic, Deb. I like this wood flooring. Thinking of maybe some cedar, because the bugs, you know. So cedar paneling maybe. For decor, I don't know. Give me some ideas. What do you think would look cute in here? Definitely got to take these curtains down. I'm not really digging them. I think it's got to be something purple if I'm going to stay in it. So, we'll see. Oh, you got an Uber coming. Good for you, girl. Oh, it's a starter. Oh man, girl, May has been hard on us both. Well, I hope that you catch some new good vibes. The sunshine is out this morning. My phone's getting ready to die. We've been on almost 90 minutes. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate that. Yeah, these are groovy tapestries. If you're into that kind of 60s kind of colors and art, you know, flowers and stuff. I'm not really into that. It will work out, girl. You're on the road to success. Tailpipes poison. Same thing, yeah, but not as much. Not as much. You got to know about that too. Listen, everything makes an impact on our earth. So be kind to the earth. Be kind to your body. And these PFOBs and PFOS, they are in your body no matter what. It's everywhere. We can't get away from it. We can't get away from this poison. So choose wisely. Get lithium from the Salton Sea. Yeah, there's a lot of lithium underneath the Salton Sea. And a lot of lithium in like even the hot springs over in that area, all in the southeast part of California is all very rich in lithium. So they're doing a lot of mining for that, which it's all in the water and stuff like that. So they have to filter it out. Actually, a lot of those places that are the geothermal places that have all popped up as the Salton Sea has shrunk, they're doing the geothermal and it comes up in the steam while they're filtering all the lithium out. So they might not have to mine as much as they just have to filter it and then make big money on it. So it's all going towards those electric cars. So cedar is great. Yes, I like that. Dave's RV Life has his 250 Ford van at a transmission shop right now. Wow, everybody's got the transmission thing going on right now. Prince style? Oh. Nice to see you too, dear. Have a wonderful day. Okay. Everybody's gonna drop out on me. I'm gonna go too. I want you all to have... You're on Messenger? Oh, send me a... Are you the same name, John, under your Facebook Messenger? Yeah, send me, drop me a link. Bye. All right, you guys, I'm jumping off here too. I hear you, Deb. It's a little bit at a time. All right, well, I want to thank you all for coming in. John, Deb, Robert, Cass, Love. Go see her. She does readings. I need to get over there now I got to charge my phone again. See, now I'm back to square. I got no battery left. I'm going to have to go charge somewhere. But thank you, Aunt Patsy and Uncle Jimmy, for coming in. Who else came in? Let me see. Aaron came in. And Logic came in. I think that's the same person as somebody in here, but I'm not going to say. Melody Story, thank you for coming in. I hope you get down the road on your way, honey. I do have a PayPal, but I don't use it because I got scammed on it and I got $1,100 taken from me. So I do Venmo, and my Venmo is at, I think it's at Wanna Wonder. I have to look. But anyway, I had to fix all that stuff. Dania, thanks for coming in, honey. Nice to see you. I know, like, some people just hang out. Hey, John, thanks for coming in. Hidden Highways. Go see his channel. He's got some pretty cool, interesting stuff that he talks about. Let's see who else came in. Let's see if I could remember. Hate All Politicians came in. Walt Money came in here. Thanks for coming by. Logic came in this morning and I gave them a wrench. Jeffro came in and J-Dub came in. And then Journey Easley was being pervy with me, so he got deleted. And that don't happen on my channel here. I'm not doing the pervy thing. Did enough of that in my lifetime, and you're not gonna be it. So use discretion here, please. Captain Crunch came in. Thanks, Captain Crunch. All right, I hope I didn't miss anybody. I want everybody to take a big deep breath with me right now. Look, I could reach my arms up to the ceiling and not even touch. Yay! Get some fresh breaths, get some walking in, get some swimming in, get some yoga in. I could do yoga here in this. So things are gonna be fine. Thank you for all the people that have checked in on me. Thank you for your moral support. It's been, like, more than anything, so helpful. They're starting to mow the lawn now. It's a good time to get off here. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Your moral support has lifted me up and has got me thinking clearly. All your, like, suggestions, please leave them in the comments section outside of this live. And I will catch up with you all real soon. Thank you so much for spending the morning with me. Have a great weekend. Much love and happy trails, y'all. Bye.